Brett, welcome to Suburban Garage. Welcome to another episode of Suburban Garage. Okay, episode 6. Things are coming along pretty good. We received a few more items in the mail this week. We have our plug ends for the ends of the frame where we've cut off the subframe, so they'll plug the hole. These are machined aluminium bar ends, so we've got 4 of those. So we've got those to complete the cut off of the frame. We've got some good quality Pro Taper grips. We've marked all that on the board this week, so we're ticking things off as we are receiving them. So we've got some nice comfortable grips there, because that's pretty important. Now, I have received 4 lots of exhaust wrapping. This is the tungsten fiberglass wrapping that we'll wrap the exhaust with to make it look pretty cool. I did anticipate cable ties, but what have we paid? $33 for the exhaust wrapping, and they've sent us 40 stainless steel cable ties to hold this to the exhaust. I didn't expect 40. I went and bought a packet. Now that packet was about $16, and that's only got about, what's that got? 50. That's got 50 for $16. So it is a bargain to get this stuff because it is quite expensive. It does have a heat activated glue, but we've received 40 cable ties with it too, so I'm very happy with that. That was very well priced. We've also received our new Speedo and Taco covers, new faces for them, so we'll get to that in a couple episodes too. So everything's coming together pretty good. I think what we'll do to start this episode will be to do the exhaust wrapping before I put the forks back on and get the wheels back on. We'll have a look at those wheels too, because what I've done during the week is I've got the tyres back on. Now I did say that we were going to keep the original tyres. The original tyres were fine. They would have been good for a few more 1,000 kilometres had we been on a budget, but I'm actually going to ride this bike for a while. The prototype bike will be for sale. So I'll get rid of that one and I'll ride the show bike here, the YouTube bike, for a while. So I've put some brand new tyres on it. I'm not going to add those to the budget because the tyres that were on it were fine. It's just that I'm a little picky. If I'm going to ride it, I'd like to see some brand new tyres on it. Plus it's going to look brand new too, so it won't look brand new if it hasn't got brand new tyres on it. We haven't got to the tank yet. I've still got to get a couple of dents taken out of the tank. I think I might take them to the paintless dent repairs and get that sorted out. Let's go ahead and start the wrapping of the exhaust, and we'll get that all sorted out. Okay, so we've got all our exhaust wrapping on. We've got our stainless steel cable ties all fitted. I fit 2 cable ties per pipe at the top and 1 at the bottom, which I'll probably put 2. It's not the easiest stuff to put on. There's quite a bit of work. I'd say all 4 of those pipes there has easily taken me an hour and a half, hour and 3/4. Now I've trimmed all the tails off it and cut the loose pieces of material off. But that's pretty much the finished project there. So that looks pretty good. I like it. I reckon that colour looks pretty good, so we'll keep it at that. So you can see I've pulled all the tape off everything. I've put the forks back on. I've put the Speedo back on, even though we're going to pull that apart later. And we fit the front blinkers there. We've just got to wire those up. Now I have peeled back some of the electrical tape off the wiring, because what we need to do is we need to separate this part here from the main harness. I may have to extend that wire there that runs down to the start run solenoid, because our battery box is going to be up in here, and the other cables, I'm just going to cable tie them to the frame, just like the prototype bike. Have the fuse box back up under here, so everything's sort of hidden. Okay, so we've got our new handlebars, new bars here. They're a nice flat, low bar. They're actually quite nice. I've actually painted them the satin black colour because they were gloss, and this bike's not gloss, so we wanted the satin look to it. So they're nice and low. Me being a motocross guy, I like it low on road bikes just to give me the more feel, but everyone's different. If you like higher handlebars, that's your choice, but I like them nice and low, so they're going to be good. So we'll go ahead now and get this bike back on its wheels so we can fit these handlebars, get this looking more like a motorcycle. So we'll go ahead and get these wheels done. As I said, we've got brand new rubber, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to look really good. So we'll get the brakes all sorted out, we'll get that all back together and get these wheels on. Easy, it's not hard. Okay, so we've got our wheels back on. Everything's fitting nice. Seems to spin pretty good, no strange noises or anything. Got our front wheel done nicely as well. We've also put our new handlebars on. We got our new levers today. So we rushed down the post office and picked those up just so we could get those all on and sorted. So they got 6 settings on them as to how far they come back to the handlebars, so I only have them on about 3, so we're looking good there. Nice levers. Still got our bunch of wiring hanging out, but we'll fix that up soon enough. We'll go ahead now and look at this rear guard because I'm interested to see how we can get that going. Just going to put the chain over the tyre here, just around like that, keep that nice and central. Nice and central and flat, so we can get this rear guard in its position. So we've got the rear guard sitting there nice. We put the chain on it just to give an even distance between the tyre and the underside of the guard. So I've put this tape over the back just to establish where I'm going to cut this guard off. I think that's about right because that's a little bit past the sprocket, so that'll look nice with the wheel. And the guard just sits on that lip there. And what I'll do is I'll mark it now and pull the rear wheel off it and drill the holes out for the guard's placement, and we'll drill and tap those holes. Okay, we've got our rear guard on, bolted. We've just got to make the brackets now. It's actually looks pretty good. It's come up really well. So what we're going to do now is make those brackets that I spoke about before that will go down onto the swing arm down here, and I'll drill and tap some holes for that. Same on the other side there, and they'll come up to about here. So I'm just going to heat those brackets up exactly like we spoke about before, when I showed you before. Just heat them up, crimp them, drill the holes in the ends of them. So we've cut that guard off at that, which looks pretty good. Got this nice little beveled edge here, which come up quite well. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with this bike. It looks really fast already. Okay, so we finished our bracket that we've made for our rear guard. So that's just one of them. That was the factory end that was already squashed. This was the end that I squashed and filed it up and curved the end over and drilled the right hole. So we have to make two of those. They're a bit of a pain to make because there's a bit of backwards and forwards going back to the motorcycle to make sure we've got the right angle and everything, but we seem to have got it down pretty good. So these are the brackets that come for free and go to scrap, so I make good use of them. Okay, so we got one bracket done and the guard cut and everything else, so we've just drilled and tapped a hole in the swing arm right there, exactly the same as what we did on the inside, and drilled the hole in the side and put some dome nuts or stainless steel bolts and nuts as well there, so that'll look pretty good. But it looks nice and straight, it's coming up pretty good. So we got one more bracket to make and then the rear guard will be finished, virtually finished anyway. We've still got our number plate bracket and our rear light to fit, but we're looking good. It's nice and straight, it looks the part. Let's keep going. Okay, let's wrap this episode up. I'm tired and I need to go to bed. It's after midnight. We got our guard done. Looks really good, I'm really happy with it. We got both of our brackets made, bolted on, holes tapped in the swing arm. In the front too, in the front of the guard we got that drilled and tapped. Everything's nice and solid now, nice and straight, looks good. I've been working all day today, not on this, on a real job that actually pays money, and then I come home and whipped into this, so it's been a big episode. I had stretched it out over 2 afternoons. We've got a couple to go. We've got our bar plugs in, we've got our handlebars on, we've got our controls back on and our levers back on. We've got to get our headlight on, but you'd be surprised of how easy that goes on. That just plugs straight in. I haven't heard from our seat guy yet, so hopefully we'll get the seat. I'll go and call him tomorrow and sort that out. So we haven't got too much left. I've got to sort that tank out. Got to get those dents out of that tank and we'll paint that and get that sorted out. But we're coming along pretty good. We did receive today our little number plate holder, which will go just on the guard there at the back like that, and I'll have a wiring harness where I'll fix all that up. But that's a tail light, brake light, number plate light all in one, so I'm pretty happy about that. And that was only $16 something. What was that? $17.50. So we've been ticking things off on the budget board as we buy them, and as they've turned up we've been ticking them. We are just waiting on the mirrors. That's it. We're waiting on the mirrors, and I'll get the seat organised tomorrow, so the next episode we'll have the seat as well, so we'll have a good look at that. I'm anticipating that's going to turn out really well. What else? We want to retape all this wiring, put some new tape on it, make it look good. Tyres look fresh, everything's looking pretty good. I'm going to bed now, so I will see you on the next episode. Thank Thanks for watching Suburban Garage.